Hey guys, it's me and I'm here with my third quarterly book haul for the year. So these are all the books I got in the month of July, August and September. Kind of went a bit overboard, got a lot of books, and yeah, they're all a mess behind me, they just fell. I'm just gonna go about these in a random order. Hope you don't mind. Usually I try to put them in order of when I got them, but now it's a mess. So let's just get through this, shall we? First off, let me assemble these. I got the entirety of the Bridgerton series except the first one. The first one I bought in the beginning of the year. I think I bought it in February, you know, when there was still a lot of Bridgerton hype. But I read The Duke and I in July, and then I became addicted to the family, so I bought the rest of the books. So I got The Viscount Who Loved Me, which is book 2, and I've already read this. I read not this copy though, I read a library copy. This literally arrives when it was like in the last 50 pages of the book. Then I also have An Offer from a Gentleman by Julia Quinn, which I also read. Then we have Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, also read this one. This one is my favorite so far. Then we have To Sir Philip with Love, which I'm a bit hesitant because it's about Eloise. I don't want Eloise to be married to a man, so I don't want to read that yet. Then we have When He Was Wicked. We have It's in His Kiss and On the Way to the Wedding. All 8 books. I'm halfway through the series. The Bridgerton series is a series of historical romance novels following the Bridgerton family, which is 8 children. Have fun. And yeah, each of their romance. And I'm liking the series so far. The only one I didn't like is The Duke and I, which I gave 3 stars, and then all the other ones I gave 5 stars. I read. And of course, I have more Julia Quinn. I have this series, which is the Bevelstoke series. It's a trilogy of books. Don't know anything about these besides the fact that they're historical romance and by Julia Quinn. But I saw these in a store. I wanted them because I was liking the Bridgerton series so much. So I have The Secret Diaries of Miss Miranda Shearer. I have What Happens in London, which is book 2, and then 10 Things I Love About You, which is book 3. And I have heard some great things about this one, so yeah, these are also getting wet once I finish the Bridgerton series. And then another entire series kind of that I bought, which I also got a sample. I have the Bloodlines series. I'm still missing one. Where's the color? Okay. The Bloodlines series, which is the spin-off series to Vampire Academy. I'm missing the last book, which has been on its way for a while. I bought it online. It said it was supposed to come before this one, and I have this one. So I don't know where it is. It's got lost. But basically, I bought these 4 secondhand, and then this one and the last one were new, but the last one is still supposed to come. But I'm gonna try and do this in the right order, but I'm not sure. We have Bloodlines, then we have The Golden Lily, and then I think it is The Fiery Heart. No, that's not The Fiery Heart, The Indigo Spell. I gotta learn to read. Then we have The Fiery Heart, and then Silver Shadows, and the last one, which I don't own. These 2 are on hardback because, like I said, I got these secondhand, and I didn't realize they were on hardback until like the day before they arrived. So, whoops. But I don't really care about having my series matching. But yeah, also just want to talk about how I bought all 4 of these secondhand, and they look brand new, so I'm not gonna complain at all. But I absolutely adored the Vampire Academy series when I read it last year, and then this is the spin-off series, and we got introduced to the main character of this one in that series, and I really liked her. And then my favorite character from the Vampire Academy series is supposed to be the love interest in the series, so I'm very hyped. Let's talk about some more secondhand books that I got. These are from a secondhand bookstore. The Vampire Academy ones, the Bloodlines ones were from online secondhand happenings. But yeah, I have 5 books. They didn't cost me that much, so I'm very happy. First off, we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is a book that over the years on book 2 I have heard fantastic things about. I don't know what it's about, but let me read you the little bit of the back. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements proceeded. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. That's literally all it says about plot on the back. But I just recently discovered that I really love circus settings in books. It's just a setting I really enjoy. So that has made me even more eager to pick up this book. And then I saw it in a secondhand bookstore for pretty cheap. So I decided to buy it and get it. Then I also got Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but if you know me, you might know that I'm obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. Like, not really obsessed, but like it's one of my comfort movies. I absolutely adore it. I was obsessed with it as a child. Maybe that's why it's one of my comfort movies now, but it just makes me very happy. And yeah, I've been wanting to read the book for quite a while, but I've never really found it anywhere. And then I saw it on the bookstore and I absolutely adore this cover. So yeah, I'm excited to give it a read. And then surprisingly, I also found Any Way the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. This had literally just come out when I bought this, and I was going to go to like a regular bookstore to buy this, but then I saw it in the secondhand bookstore. I was like, okay, this is the last book in the Simon Snow series, which is a spin-off kind of to Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and it basically follows Simon Snow, who is kind of like the chosen one, and it is supposed to be like the last book in the series, the first one in this series. Make it make sense. But it's like a Harry Potter spoof, and it's kind of just like a parody of the chosen one trope. And then like the second book I also really liked. It delves more in kind of like what happens after these big epic series, you know. And then I am quite excited for this one, even though I've heard nobody talk about this, so I don't know if it's good or not. Then we have The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, which is a while is in the same secondhand bookstore. I bought Blue Lily Blue, which is right here, 2 years ago now. Yes, in 2019. So I wanted to find this there. But basically, back then I picked up Blue Lily Blue because I've read The Dream Thieves and Raven Boys already from the library ones. And I thought I could just delve straight into the next book, even though it's been a while. That's been even longer, and I just realized I don't have a great memory of these two books, so I should probably get a reread in of those. But I've never really gotten around to it, and then I saw this in the store, and I thought, just pick it up. And then last but not least, from the secondhand ones, I have The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I love this format of this book. I don't know what it is. This is a historical fiction book that I have checked out from the library a couple of times, but I haven't gotten around to reading it. And I genuinely want to read this book. Like, there's so many books about Colson Whitehead that I've heard so many great things about. This, and then The Underground Railroad, and then his most recent release, which is The Harlem Shuffle. I also heard great things about that. The first book I got from this haul is Blackout by Diane Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. This is a kind of an anthology, but not really. Basically, it takes place during this blackout in New York, and it follows like all these different sets of teens, black teens, I also believe. And it's during this heat wave, and every author writes like a different story, but like they're all connected as well. Now we have Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I already own a Brandon Sanderson that I haven't read yet, so I don't know why I bought this. But this is a YA sci-fi about this girl whose father like used to like be a like flyer. I don't know what it's called, but he used to be part of like, I don't know what it's called, but like basically, oh, he used to be a pilot. That's what English. He used to be a pilot, but like he deserted, and therefore like she is also seen as a coward, and she's going to like this academy to be a pilot herself because she really wants to, but like she isn't really taken seriously because of who her father is. I think that's what this is about. Then let's do a book I've read. Sadie by Courtney Summers. This is a YA mystery, and it follows this girl who, a year after her little sister was murdered, she goes missing to kind of go and find the murderer of her sister and elect revenge. And then we also follow this podcast who is kind of trying to find out what happened to Sadie and like trying to follow her foottracks. So we have dual perspective there. We have the podcast and we have Sadie's perspective. And I really enjoyed this. I'm not going to say that much more. If you want to know more about this, watch my September mid-month wrap-up because that's when I talked about this. Then another one I've read is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is a new adult romance novel about August, who moves to New York City. On the subway, she meets this girl named Jane, and Jane is stuck on the subway. She got stuck there in the 70s or 80s, 70s, and doesn't know how to get out of the subway, and it's like stuck in time. But the two end up falling for each other. And yeah, I really loved 5 stars. Well, if you want to know more about this, I did a twice chapter tag. I believe that's when I read this. More adult romance. You and Me on Vacation, which is also better known as People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Another one that's my TikTok has just been full of. I've already been interested in this. This author also wrote Beach Read, which I'm also very interested in. And then this one was of course also on my radar. And then again, TikTok full of people absolutely adoring this novel. So I'm excited for this. This follows this woman and this man who used to be like best friends and like went on vacations with each other every single year, and then something happened and they don't do it anymore, and now she decides to go on like one last vacation and like invite him, and it's a romance, and I don't know anything else. I've been in an adult romance mood, but like I also don't want to fly through all of the ones I own yet. So yeah. Next up we have Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey, which is another adult romance, in case you didn't know it is. Tessa Bailey, this one I've heard mixed things about, but the rest of her works I've heard some amazing things about, and I'm just very intrigued by a lot of her books. And then lastly, we have a book that I already read that I'm so excited about. That's Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. The Heartstopper series is currently getting like translated to Dutch, and I'm gonna buy them all. I've read these all on tapas, so you know I don't need to own them, but I adore this series so much that I do need to own them. This is a graphic novel series following Nick and Charlie, and Charlie last year got forcibly outed as gay, and he now at the beginning of the school year meets Nick, and they become friends, and they start falling for each other, and Nick is kind of being in a crisis of like, shit, I've never liked guys before him, I don't know what's going on. And it's the cutest shit you've ever read, and the later volumes do delve a little bit more into like mental health and get a bit darker, but I still feel like the whole series, like, the overall tone of it is still very hopeful and happy. And yeah, I adore this so much. And yeah, that was all for today's video. I'm a bit of a mess, I know, I'm sick. I've been sick for almost a week, and yeah, I still hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, which ones you think I should prioritize that I haven't read yet. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Good. Bye.